Hi, my tubies. Sheila True Love here with you again. As you know, I am doing a series on the most popular questions about narcissists. The next question, series 4, why did the narcissist love me one minute and hate me the next? Let's get right into that. First of all, narcissists, they lack something called object constancy, something that's constant. They lack that. And they can't hold on to both positive feelings towards you and a negative attitude towards something that you may have done at the same time. Let me explain that to you. Let me break it down. If we ever wound their self-esteem or disappoint them, they will forget that they loved us, at least what they call love. That's so not love to me because it's conditional and it's like, no, 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 no. It's only anytime you're doing something for them, then all of a sudden they feel this, what they call love. Yeah, right. Anyway, the moment you disappoint them or you wound their self esteem, like I said, they will forget that they ever loved you or that you have ever done anything good for them. Have you experienced that? Well, you've done so much good for these people and they can't seem to remember that. I know I've experienced that with my brother. He's a narcissist too, to be honest, because this man was in jail for 21 years. And I made sure that I stayed connected to him. And when he got out of jail, he had a place to come to. I took him in, and what he was convicted of is shameful. But anyway, I took him in. And when he got out there on his own, because he got out there, he ended up homeless on the street. He was drinking and he got punched out and somebody hit him so hard where he was in a coma for like 2 days or 3 days. I managed to find out about it through my ex-fiance, Gregory Elliott, as you guys already know, pretty much. Yeah, and the moment I heard that my brother was in the hospital and I didn't know that he was homeless, I ran down there. I went like a jet ski down there to get my brother. He had absolutely nothing but a torn shirt, dirty pants, nothing. Shoes that was disgusting, sneakers. Underneath his feet looked like scales. When I took him to the salon to get his toenails cut and everything, the people in the salon didn't even want to touch him. Anyway, brought him up here, let him live in my home. Now, bear in mind, he had absolutely nothing but a torn shirt and some raggedy ass, sorry, and no. Anyway, he started associating with this religious organization, which is an organization that has admitted they're not inspired by God. So it's a man-made organization. All of this bullery. He don't take time to investigate or research like God and Jesus tells us to do. The point is, I sat up there and looked out for that kid when nobody looked out for him. And the moment he made a come up, when he was before me, he had nothing. After me, honey, he had, when I say everything, I'm talking about everything. His own place, everything. Decent people, a family type thing. He had it all. And just because I decided to go to another church, or I decided that I wanted to write books, because in this organization, you're not supposed to write books. You're not supposed to go for higher education. You're not supposed to mingle with anybody outside of the organization. Anyway, because I did research like God told me to, yeah, he turned his back on me for some man-made nonsense, But going forward, I tell you this, I learned something. That's for sure. Let me tell you what I got out of that. I will never hear Sheila True Love when she's speaking. I will never help another black man again in my life. God is going to have to send someone else to do that one, because I'm not doing it. Because it's a constant thing with these black men. Every time they make a come up, the first person that they part their butt cheeks to defecate on is always their own race of women. So, you live, you learn. You've had experiences. No, I would help a Spanish guy, Puerto Rican, Italian, Jewish, anybody. But a black man, he better not ever, ever expect anything from Sheila Truelove. Never. Anyway, so like I said, if we wound their self-esteem or we disappoint them, they'll forget about all the love that they supposedly have for you, or they'll forget about all the things that you've done for them. Now, at that moment, all they care about is that we are now an enemy because they feel attacked if you're not doing nothing for them, or if you say no, or if you disagree with them. This is called splitting. Splitting. They can only see people as, check this out, you're either all good or you're all bad. They also have no emotional empathy. So when they feel this way, you know, okay, I'm trying to word this properly. When they feel that you're either all bad or all good or whatever, and they feel like you're not doing much for them, that's when they can become very vicious and they're very cruel towards you. Yet, when their anger starts to die down and they can see you in a positive light again, once they feel they've healed from their narcissistic injury and their imagined self-image has been restored, and you do know it's imagined, when it's been restored to them, it's as if they pretend like nothing ever happened. They don't want to talk about it, forget about it. It never happened. To them, we were the ones who screwed up. We were the ones who changed. It wasn't them. We were the ones who were wrong. To us, however, we're living in one reality where they have two completely different personalities. You know what I mean? People with narcissistic personality disorder, they often have highly unstable patterns of social relationships. If you ever take time to notice that and sit back, lean back and just observe them, you'll notice that they have unstable relationships. While they can develop intense but stormy attachments, their attitude towards their family and their friends and the loved ones, it shifts. It suddenly shifts. 1 minute they have this great admiration and they have this love for you, and then the next minute they have this intense anger and dislike. But one thing you have to realize, please, my tubies and teletubbies, you have to realize that a narcissist, they need to ensure that they have that he has a constant and reliable source of supply at all times. The best way he has found of doing this, and you have got to please hear me when I'm sharing this with you, the best way that they find that they can have a constant and a reliable source is that they have to have a significant other in their life. They want to get married. They want a commitment. They want someone who, that's why I personally feel my ex-husband, you've heard us on this, whatever, if you've heard my videos, he never loved me. He loved what I could do for him, how I could take care of him, and he had to have a significant person in his life. He doesn't love me. Okay, he didn't love me. They probably, I'm sorry to be crude, but maybe they don't normally they don't love you. Nor do they even wish to be with you most of the time. I can't say that about my ex-narc because he wanted to be with me all the time. But that's just so he could study me. He wanted to constantly be up under me. Yeah, I'm picking you up. I'm coming to get you. Yeah, anyway. It's impossible to, because it's impossible to control how much attention he will receive from the outside world, because that's not a guarantee. But if they have a significant other, a wife, they know that they're always going to get this attention. You know how women, we tend to spoil them. My husband, he came home from work, a part-time job. I work full-time and overtime. And I also had to run a household. And I had a family to deal with. And I'm trying to write books. And I'm trying to go out in the ministry and do, come on, whatever. The man had it made. He had it made, whatever. Anyway, they keep you around because on the outside, they can't control how much attention they'll receive on a regular and a daily basis. So they must be certain that they have a backup and that they're always going to have someone who's going to be available for them. That's the reason a narcissist, they seek and they work hard to find a significant other, a wife, a partner, a commitment. Yeah, right. Unfortunately, once a narcissist is convinced that he has secured you and that he got you on lockdown, once they're convinced that, yeah, I got her, she's locked down, she's trapped, she's in love, yeah, I got her. Yeah. That's when the inevitable starts to occur. You know that loving romantic Prince Charming that you knew in the beginning? Well, you can no longer find that, sweetie. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. Living with a narcissist is always difficult and it's extremely exhausting. One minute they have you placed on a pedestal, that's in the beginning, and suddenly they leave you all heartbroken by the sudden change in their behavior. It's critical and it's so important. Tubies, Teletubbies, it's so important that you understand this is not about you. This never ending cycle of abuse has nothing to do with you. In fact, most of their victims are often left to feel as if it's something that they did wrong. You know, they're sitting up there with this mindset. Well, I don't know. If only I was good enough, and maybe if only I did this, and maybe if I did that, you know, if they would have been the perfect narcissistic partner, things may have been different if I would have did this. And I no, baby, please, please, please hear me when I tell you. Please hear me when I tell you this. That's not true. With a narcissist, the brutal ending is always going to occur. It's just simply a matter of when, because it's always going to occur. It's, yeah, when. So you're a sitting duck. Anyway, you can learn more about this from fairytaleshadows.com and getover.narcissist.com. Like I said, I do the research, I do the work, I do the reading, I do the, how you say, sending out questions to everyone so I can gather the information. Anyway, I love you. I don't think I have to say that repeatedly. I think I've proven myself in terms of my videos. I put my heart into all of this, and I will talk to you. We'll talk again, as you know. Until next time, bye for now. And don't forget, you always have a choice. Please choose wisely.